Are we gonna do the thing where we go to strike down Avlora and then Cordelia throws herself in the way of it? Because we could go that route with it too.
Let us pry out their weakness.
Like, this has to end tragically. That's not a question.
Our victory is assured.
The question is, what kind of tragically?
So it comes to battle.
What particular flavor of tragedy?
Fool. You will not get the best of me. Take this!
From where shall we strike? I'll make this quick.
Bit of a bind, this. Was nice knowing you.
Hello, me.
Your orders?
As ever, stab the archer. Maybe
Try
put the
this.
archer to sleep? Guess not, but that's okay.
The hunt is on.
Perfect.
This ends now! This battle is won.
I'll do my best.
I mean, might as well.
So, it falls to me.
I'm fairly certain that it was previously an archer, yes.
I do not.
It was a bird archer. Well, you know what? Scratch that. It was a bird. Perhaps not technically an archer. I remember being caught a little bit off guard with that earlier because I thought it was an archer and then it swung a sword.
I'll make you proud, Grandfather.
That would explain. I did think it was weird that it didn't do anything when I like locked it in place.
Flames, heed my call. Now what to do?
Oh, these guys are archers.
Take this. That must have hurt.
Man, those accuracy debuffs.
So it comes to battle.
They just don't work that often, do they? I hate to do this to her, but...
I've got it.
I shall try my level best. Stay composed.
Watch me work.
For the future of House Wolffort.
You will not get the best of me. If I must
Okay.
destroy myself, so be it. You left yourself open.
Oh, that's a bad one.
Yeah. Hey, over here. Ha! What have we here?
Forward.
I have technically not answered that, but I have a lot of circumstantial evidence that suggests that, in fact, I cannot.
It isn't over yet.
Try this.
This ain't pretty.
What are you and your cups about?
You saved my neck. I'll do my best.
Bonk.
Follow my
Bonk.
lead. That seemed to work.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it.
My strategy is superior. That seems
You will
to work.
not get the best of me.
Hey, now the decoy's doing work. Finally.
Flames, heed my call. For a better world.
Time for some research.
I'll show you what I can do. We win.
Pride is just...
Let's play.
Take this.
Pride is just really not gonna let Evlora give up the
Let
goat
us
here, is
try
she?
out
Is
their
it?
weakness. A brief respite.
So it comes to battle. Aim and...
I don't think that worked.
Not a chance.
Oh, damn!
I feel stronger already.
I didn't realize the
will
counterattack would be ranged. That's awesome.
Hey, over here.
Into the shadows.
Do they have the upper hand?
Defeat is not an option.
I mean, if you're whiffing on decoys, we definitely have the upper hand.
We mustn't
Don't let our guard down.
Bit of a bind, this.
I'll do my best.
In case you're wondering why I don't just finish this, there's a couple reasons. One, I am still kind of hoping against hope.
Weakling.
I struck.
Maybe
That seemed to work.
maybe we can get the
Shield us, frigid winds.
maybe we can get the secret,
Here I come.
you know.
I can
Maybe
heal.
we can get the secret, you know, pacifist ending here.
Now what to do?
Take this.
Like, maybe we just have to isolate her.
I've never felt better.
I can still stand.
Was there loot? Where's the loot? Other than what I just picked up? Is there something else sitting? I've gotten better about finding and, oh, geez, yeah, okay. Super didn't see it. No, not yet. No, we're not doing that yet.
Let us pry out their weakness. Let us steel our defenses.
Not bad. You were no match for me.
Oh, no!
I have failed you.
I mean... I buffed the illusion so the illusion wouldn't die, so that wouldn't happen. Okay. How bad's it gonna be? It's time to see exactly what flavor of tragedy we get to enjoy today. She's not dead yet.
We have taken your ship. It ends here, Avlora.
I am sorry, my queen. Being overtaken by these traitors and failing to protect you is my life's greatest failure.
General Avlora.
Oh, she's just up here? Hey, you could say something. This is the most just talk moment ever. Literally say something right now. We are geometrically arranged for Roland to stab and for Cordelia to run and dive in the way. Are we gonna do the thing where we go to strike down Avlora and then Cordelia throws herself in the way of it? We are lined up perfectly for it.
You dare call us traitors? You invaded Glenbrook under the premise of peace.
If not traitors, then how about Hyzantian dogs?
Okay. That's insulting, but fair.
Every dog has its day, and this one shall be mine.
That's not a good retort to that.
Please stop, Maxwell.
Stand back, Cordelia.
But.
You're not Maxwell.
Please do this before someone gets stabbed. Now would be a great time.
What?
Just talk? Just talk? The spear went away. The mask came off.
There's no mistaking it.
Just talk.
Roland!
I see now. Oh, how I wish I could tell Gustadolf.
You... Oh, she's bleeding.
Stop,
Wait, is that...
Roland.
Is she bleeding or is that Shadow?
I am sorry for all the pain I have caused you, Cordelia. But I will free you from this villain by my own hand.
She has told you to stop twice. You are not listening.
No, Roland! Gerbil of Lore is...
It's happened. It's happened. You've done it. Just
Why?
talk. Just talk. This is why you listen to people.
General of Lore protected me.
Which is something that I was about to say if you'd waited literally 5 seconds for me to finish a sentence.
Queen Cordelia!
Run of Laura.
Your Majesty, forgive me.
Find her. She won't get far with those wounds.
Queen Cordelia! Gila, she needs a healer.
Cordelia? Cordelia!
Yeah, that's blood. That's what that was.
The Frosty general takes Cordelia and flees on a warship, but Wolffort gives chase, and Avlora throws herself into the Norzelia River. Some of the remaining Frosty soldiers fight tooth and nail to keep their hold on the city, but are eventually bested by the Hyzantian army. Though Glenbrook has taken more damage than anticipated, her people are safe, and House Wolffort breathes a sigh of relief to see their plan fulfilled.
I thought there was, like, no damage. Yeah. Any attempts we were gonna make to reconcile under the tenets of like honor and duty, that's gone now. Grave injuries. Grave injuries means like not dead yet. Yeah, this doesn't look good though.
It looks like she's overcome the worst of it.
Oh.
Once she wakes up, she should be fine.
Oh. That's better than expected. Avlora got away and knows Roland is alive. Though it sort of doesn't matter now, actually. Oh yeah, no, I know that Lila's got, you know, I know she's got the medical chops to work some miracles, but like, at a certain point, like, if she was too far gone, she'd be too far gone. She was on a boat.
Thank you, Minister Lila. She would not have made it without you.
Glenbrook was our ally during the fight against Esfrost. You need not thank me, Prince. My apologies. I suppose I should call you King Roland now.
Well, I don't think that's official yet.
No. My enthronement has yet to be announced.
Can we just let Cordelia keep it? It seems like people were okay with her being on the throne. And she was, you know, she was getting her governance chops under control. Like...
I see. I shall take my leave.
I don't know that Roland is necessarily a better choice for it. I know that's not really how succession works.
Thank goodness. But why, Cordelia?
She told you why! She said it multiple times! She was like, hey, stop! Hey, don't! Hey, quit it! She protected me. She's all right.
Why did you shield our enemy?
The whole, Oh, that was chapter 14, in fact. The whole, like, instinctive hothead thing, shonen protagonist thing that Roland's got going on is, you know, great for a big war hero and not super good for ruling a kingdom.
Overwhelmed by the forces of House Wolffort, Esfrost's troops are scattered and driven from the Crown City. Glenbrook, at last, is free.
The use of the term is very loaded. 'Cause from the sounds of things, the general townsfolk were pretty okay with the regime such as it was. So, you know, of course we'd love to be greeted as liberators, but They were not oppressing the people.
Several days after this fateful battle, Queen Cordelia announces her intent to abdicate the throne and make way for another.
Damn it.
Roland Glenbrook, his face no longer hidden from the world, will take his rightful place at the seat of power.
I don't feel great about that.
With the prince's friends having only just finished grieving his death, and his enemies having only just finished toasting to it, this news shocks the foundations not only of Glenbrook, but of Norzelia itself. By routing Esfrost's forces and leaving the city unscathed, House Wolffort displays their martial prowess and their loyalty to their liege.
We did pretty much kick ass with that, I'm not gonna lie.
The
Pretty proud of that.
prince becomes king and condemns the schemes of Gustadolf, making known Esfrost's plot to usurp the throne. However, the people's reaction to this news is not quite a chorus of approval.
They had... So, this is the... This is the trouble. The actual people, the regular townspeople on the ground, were kind of okay with things. And I don't imagine that, like, because they were not being oppressed, because they were not being, you know, they were not really being driven into a corner by, you know, the Esfrosti occupancy. And if anything, it sounds like they lowered taxes and made things easier. So, like, I imagine there's a number of people who were like, hey, this actually is a little bit better. So seeing the old guard come back to power, no matter how righteous it may be or how much it may have, you know, agreed with the previous power structure, maybe people got a taste of a different power structure and were like, hey, this ain't so bad.
It is plain that the ravages of war and the shame of subjugation have left an indelible mark on the once prosperous nation.
Or, I mean, I guess that. I mean, yeah, this is like... They're tired.
Although the battle for Glenbrook is behind them, Serenoa and the rest of the city's liberators must make ready for a struggle of an entirely different sort.
Hi, Dirty Toes. I do really appreciate the music.
Congratulations on returning to your rightful throne, King Roland.
I do very much appreciate that the music recognizes that this is a solemn victory
Ah, you returned.
and complex in nature.
My friend, a word. Yes. I am honored to have had you by my side on this journey. To be able to call you friend. As am I, Roland.
Your Majesty, representatives from Hyzant have arrived.
Oh, it's time for them to call in their favor.
We shan't make undue demands of your time, King Roland. We've simply come to say farewell.
Without your aid, my people would still be under Esfrost's iron rule.
It wasn't that iron, though.
Consider the debt paid. The knowledge we gleaned of Elfric's capabilities was more than worth our troubles.
Indeed, it surpassed my every expectation. The Holy One is sure to be pleased with the results.
Your Majesty, can we trust you to lift the embargo and keep Esfrost subdued?
Of course. Lord Wolffort has promised his full cooperation in that regard.
Here it comes.
Your Majesty, lest you misunderstand your friend's position, allow me to make one matter abundantly clear. Minister Serenoa is of the Saintly Seven.
Oh, ho, 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 ho,
He is not to serve at your whims, but by the grace of the Hierophant.
I understand, but he is also a Lord of Glenbrook. More importantly, he is my friend. As such, I would ask for his assistance in the days ahead, as I have in days past.
Your Majesty, it is plain that the friendship between you two runs deep. However, the rules of politics are old and immutable.
That's not true.
And what does the Lord himself think of his new position?
Of course, I am grateful for the honor Hyzant has bestowed upon me. I will do all in my power to serve both the Hierophant and King Roland with all faithfulness.
Yeah, you can't really
In other
do
words,
that.
The Hierophant does not have your full loyalty.
Well,
Glenbrook and Hyzant
Benedict to the
are
rescue.
be two nations united in purpose. Surely it is reasonable that Lord Serenoa acts in service to both?
It's really not. Listen.
Perhaps King Roland and the Hierophant should discuss my lord's role together.
There are rules about a high-ranking government official being a high-ranking government official for a different nation. There are natural conflicts of interest that will come up. You can't do both. Which is why I was a little concerned from the start when they're like, yeah, we're gonna make you one of the Saintly Seven. I was like, cool, that's a position of power, I guess, that we can use to our advantage. Is it like a ceremonial thing, or do I have to like move to Hyzant? Yeah, I also feel really strongly about like, oh hey, we got some great data on those huge magic bombs. Thanks for being the testing ground. This will not come up again, definitely.
You are right, of course. It is not our place to assume the goddess's intent.
Very well. I hope to meet with the Holy One as soon as my duties allow. I expect busy days ahead for you, Serenoa. Be prepared.
Certainly, Your Majesty.
Milo shall stay in Glenbrook for the time being. If there is aught she can assist you with, consider her at your complete disposal.
Could she not, actually?
Remember, Milo, that you are the symbol of friendship between our two nations.
But of course, I live to serve, Minister.
And with that, we shall take our leave.
May we meet again soon.
They leave us with a spy. It seems we still haven't won their trust entirely.
Well, no, I mean, like, obviously, they were like, yeah, so Serenoa is the Minister of Salt, right? So he's gonna work for us, right? And he was like, yeah, when I got time. Like, it's abundantly clear that his loyalties are here. And honestly, it does feel... It feels like Serenoa pledging himself to Hyzant and working with the Saintly Seven, but maintaining strong ties to Glenbrook without working for the crown directly feels like a really good connection and a way to sort of like still kind of work on both sides, but not, you know, just be in the castle all the time. Yeah. Also, like, shoutouts to Benedict once again stepping up with the diffusal tactic when Serenoa gets politically cornered, which happens a lot.
Whatever secrets they uncover will only attest to our commitment to the friendship between us.
Still, their actions speak volumes. Their aid has not come without expectation of just recompense.
Of course not.
Already, they seek to make Lord Serenoa their puppet.
But we need Hyzant's aid to crush Esfrost.
By the same token, we cannot resist Hyzant without Esfrost's might. And once Esfrost is laid low, Glenbrook will have served its purpose. What then would stop Hyzant from tightening their grip?
So, it sounds like we're talking about invading Esfrost. And why? I mean, I understand, like, we've driven them out of the central location. And so, like, you know, pushing back and counterattacking into their territory in order to force, you know, in order to force them to essentially lay down their arms and not just gather for another strike. I get it, but our purpose was to take back the capital and push them out of our territory, which it seems we've done. So at this point, like, I don't see how Glenbrook's purpose is to lay Esfrost low, but rather just to keep them in check and return to the sort of Three Kingdoms balance that we had before.
Just as they did with the Rosal. The injustice I saw at the source is not something I'll soon forget. If you require proof of Hyzant's true nature, you need only remember.
I know. This country is my home. Built by my father and the kings before him. Safeguarded by my sister and generations of my forebears. I will rebuild it. Restore its glory and its pride. We will not be treated as dogs at the end of a leash.
For now, we must look within. Only after that work is done should we look without.
Unification does make sense. Just go straight German Empire with it.
So, the Crown City has fallen. I see. And what of General Avlora?
She fell into the Norzelia River and has not been seen since.
And my siblings, Thalos and Erica?
Big dead. Pushed off a bridge.
Died, fighting bravely in battle. My condolences, Your Grace.
I understand. I have fewer pieces on the board than ever now.
Pieces? Really is true what they say about him?
It seems I was wrong to think that Hyzant would remain idle. Or was my more grievous error to be taken in by the prince's false death?
That was a pretty bad one.
Regardless, I was a fool to show House Wolffort any mercy.
That's true too. That was a
Your
huge
Grace,
mistake.
Reports from the battlefield tell of an unknown weapon being brought to bear against our forces.
Oh? Continue.
A purple explosion was seen when the bridge to Castle Whiteholm collapsed.
That bridge has weathered the elements for untold generations. We mustn't allow Hyzan to think they've won the upper hand.
But they have won the upper hand.
To answer their weapon with one of my own.
Oh boy, it's escalation time! Oh, that was that chapter was like one cutscene.
After retaking Whiteholm Castle, Roland assumes the throne. Joy over the return of the line of Glenbrook sweeps the kingdom.
I mean...
Yet not everyone is quick to welcome Roland back with open arms. Life under Frosty rule treated them well, and they suspect him to be naught but a figurehead of a puppet regime.
That's a fair concern.
Roland's absence, it seems, made room for discord among his subjects to flourish.
I don't know enough about German history. I just know that, like, unification of smaller territories into a larger nation is basically what we're talking about here.
Pray, do not sound so dismal.
Forced unification is still unification.
You are Glenbrook's rightful king. We've an entire kingdom to rebuild out of the ruins of war. Patriot and the others have been demanding utmost haste.
Why are we still talking about Patriot?
I understand that, I do. But... Oh, Cordelia. If I should lose you too, I...
Wait, I thought she was fine.
I know you have suffered many hardships, but pray, do not let yourself succumb to despair. Me, our comrades, your people, all of us are eagerly awaiting the era of peace our new king will bring.
King, eh? My father never once let his emotions overcome him. Not even the day my mother died. I had every intention of following his stoic example, but...
That's not who you are.
Majesty, I bring word from the infirmary.
Oh.
Is it Cordelia? Pray tell me she is all right.
She is indeed recovering apace, Your Majesty.
That's great.
Oh, thank the stars.
It seems she has something to discuss with you all, if you will hear her out.
Of course. Tell her we'll speak in the garden, but only if it will not tax her overmuch.
Yes, sire.
Huet, fetch Serenoa and the rest. Tell them to come to the garden as soon as they are able.
'Twould be my pleasure.
What is it? You're smiling.
It's only... I thought it would be some time yet before I saw you look so at ease. I'll return shortly with the others.
Cordelia, you've returned to me after so long. But slow and steady is the path to recovery. Yes, there is no rush.
I've not really heard him confront what should be some pretty severe guilt about being the one to stab her.
So that is what happened in my absence.
Yes. Gustadolf was a clever ruler. After the invasion, Patriot and his royalists cozied up to Espros in order to protect themselves. Gustadolf used them to his every advantage. He stripped them of their privileges and left them nothing but their governing responsibilities. I don't think Patriot much cared for that. but it did ensure everything continued smoothly, without interrupting the people's lives.
Now I understand why there was little unrest after the occupation began.
A clean, effective takeover by a well-seasoned commander.
But all the while, he was preparing to face the next conflict.
Wait, does he intend to march on Hyzant next?
I believe so. I wish I could be more specific. But the Goddess's shield cannot protect the Holy State's capital from Esfrost. Not anymore. He said it will all be over once the death knell is ready.
What is this death knell?
A new weapon born from the coupling of his frosty ironworking and explosive projectiles.
Oh geez, it's been a long
cutscene.
cutscene.
Powerful enough to break through the Goddess's shield.
To think Esfrost is capable of creating such a monstrosity.
So much for their reign of peace. Taking over Glenbrook was only the first move in a bigger gambit to seize the source.
I am disturbed to learn of Gustadolf's plan. But rebuilding our capital must take priority.
Very well. We should investigate the extent of the damage and discuss how best to proceed from there. House Wolffort will lend whatever aid you need.
Thank you, Serenoa. But since you are one of their Saintly Seven now, I'd ask you to keep an eye on Hyzant as well.
There it is.
Cordelia?
Apologies. A brief spell of dizziness.
Why did we make her
I have been looking
stand?
everywhere for you, Your Highness.
Could she have not, like, sat on a bench or something?
I do not recall giving you leave of the infirmary. Your injuries are still healing. Would you undo all the trouble I went through to get you the best of care? Pray, return to the infirmary at once.
It wouldn't do to push yourself, Cordelia. Rest now. Leave everything to me.
All right.
We got a pretty good understanding of the damage in the capital, my lord. It's a tad more than we were expecting.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
I see. Then we must make haste with repairs. Let's report this to Hyzant and see what aid they can give us. Was there anything of note besides damage?
There ain't an easy way of putting this, but not everyone's exactly pleased to hear Prince Roland's returned. Esfrost exempted Glenbrook's subjects from the salt tax. Likely a bid to get in everyone's good graces. And a damn good one at that. But more than that, the so-called freedom Gustadolf brought to the kingdom seems to have made a splash. He threw out the old ways and made it so anyone could better their lot in life depending on their ability, instead of their birthright.
Just as in Esfrost.
Then the people must have looked quite favorably upon Gustadolf's rule.
I wager folks ain't too pleased to see us, since they figure it means things will go back to how they used to be.
Roland surmised as much. We must do something to show the people his is a return worth celebrating.
Anna, have you looked into the state of affairs in the castle?
Yes. The head of the Royalists, Minister Patriat, is extending his influence.
Of course he is.
He made quite the name for himself, even under Gustadolf. Though he seems eager enough to support King Roland, he was just as eager to serve the Archduke.
Right.
I do not believe we can trust him.
Hey, speak of the literal devil.
Distinguished members of House Wolffort, how hard you are all working to rebuild our capital. What a delightful thing to see.
Minister, you do us a great honor visiting us out of all the many other responsibilities that must vie for your attention.
Come now, do not think yourself so insignificant. The entire kingdom owes you its thanks, myself included, of course. We are so grateful for House Wolffort's aid, even though you now serve a different master.
We are only doing what any of King Roland's loyal vassals would.
The conflict of interest.
Speaking of the king, I'm afraid we've a bit of a problem. His Majesty seems to be entertaining thoughts of retaliating against Esfrost. But the people have had their fill of war. And I'm sure you're already aware the people look upon the royal line with disfavor. I only beg you take every care going forward.
A warning.
Even so, there is naught we can do but focus on rebuilding.
Indeed. Let us return to the king and apprise him of our progress.
I love this.
I would walk the city with Sheila a bit longer and speak with the people.
As you wish.
Long cutscenes are
But
long.
This is not the capital you knew. Be careful, my love.
Whoa. I know they're like engaged and everything, but like he hasn't referred to her as his love before. That's some new shit. So you get this so rarely in a game that is ostensibly about like, you know, military tactics. You know, the big like taking the crown city, and you know, you're driven out in a surprise attack, and you have to retreat, and things look bleak, and then you turn things around slowly, and you find aid in unexpected places, and then you win some big, you know, some big victories with long odds, and then finally you gather your forces and you prepare to march back on the capital, and you take your homeland back, and that's your victory. And we've done all of that, and now we're getting to the really interesting stuff, which is, now what? You took the capital back, and you're in power, and you get to make the decisions, and the people have not greeted you as liberators, and they were actually pretty okay with the way things were before. They're like, cause the invaders are always like comically evil, right? It's comic book evil where it's like, okay, well we've taken over the city now, so it's time for, you know, everyone's shops to be taken away, and you know, people are oppressed and being taken away to the gulag for no real reason. You've got the caste system going on, you've got racism, high taxes, they're seizing and burning all the land, and just like objective evil. So it's like, we gotta do something, the people are suffering. What if they're not? What if the usurping force comes in, and because they're actually politically savvy, they make their rule more agreeable? They lower taxes, they bread and circuses. The move to keep Cordelia alive so that she could assume the throne so as not to upset succession, and then make all these political decisions that Gustadolf can attribute to himself, so people don't feel like they've been overthrown or they've been upset in their general way of life. They don't have to adapt to change, but things get better. And the reason they're better is because Gustadolf is making those changes to make Glenbrook more like Esfrost and promoting the merits of that governmental system. And people start to see that they like it. Yeah, freedom translates to meritocracy, and meritocracy is always flawed because you can say it all you want, but ultimately, like, like any other system, meritocracy is going to fall victim to corruption, bribery, nepotism, you know, all the same vices. All the same vices that any, you know, absolutist system will have. Like, it's not gonna work that way across the board. But it's not just that Gustadolf wasn't objectively evil in his rule. It's that he was politically calculated and intelligent. So even though we've come in and we've liberated the town, but now we have to deal with the fact that, like, some people liked it better under the other regime. So going back to the old ways is not like, we've not freed them from anything but lower taxes. And the fact that this game is taking the time to actually deal with, like, okay, we won the big battle. Now what? Go from here. You have political things to deal with. Like, this isn't free. Because the regime you overthrew was not evil and was actually pretty good for some people. So now you have to keep playing politics. All the more reason why would we blow up the dam? Why would we blow up the dam? Can you imagine? People, we took the town back with relatively minimal damage. Can you imagine if we just flooded the entire domain? How would they greet us then? Not great! Arcade, hello! What's going on, Narv? I'm doing quite well. Really enjoying this game, even though I'm probably gonna cut today's stream short. Though, I mean, you know.
Damn it all. At this rate, I'll never come close to carrying on Grandfather's legacy.
Bro, you're like 12.
Maybe I was never destined to be a great mage after all.
Ow! It hurts!
Oh, that's no good.
Oh no, the poor child's fallen. Hey there, are you hurt?
Ow! It hurts so bad I can't even stand!
Gila, like...
Oh no, the poor child's fallen.
It sounds really close to, like, she's about to go like, oh no! Anyway.
Not to worry. I'll fix you right up. So dry those tears.
Really?
Yep. The pain will disappear like magic. You'll see.
It is magic. I appreciate that they actually do the effects in cutscenes.
Oh, it doesn't hurt anymore. Thank you, sir. Grandma, look! My leg's all better now.
Well, I'll be. Thank you so much for healing my grandson.
What do we use magic to heal a
You don't
skinned
need to
knee?
thank me. This is nothing.
Those robes. You wouldn't happen to be a student of the Archmage Grandante, would you?
You know my grandfather?
Oh, of course I do. What a great man he was, always using his magic to help those in need, much like you. I was just one of many whose lives he saved. Why, that was over 30 years ago. I lost my house to the fires of war and nearly my life along with it. But he quenched the flames with his spellcraft and healed my burns. Had it not been for the Archmage Grandante, I would not be here today. I am forever in his debt.
Aww.
Even though Grandfather's name was erased from Hyzant's records, his memory lives on in the people he helped.
It sounds like he was a truly amazing man indeed. And I know he would be proud of you for following in his footsteps.
I was kind of prepared for it to be something like that, too.
Do you really think so?
I do. And I have no doubt that one day you will restore the glory to your grandfather's name. No matter what the Ministry does to erase his existence, his spirit lives on through you.
Right. But I must keep practicing, that I might help even more people with my spells. Just watch me, Grandfather. I'll restore the honor of your name if it's the last thing I do.
Yeah. If we're comparing the merits of the three nations in play here, like, Aesfrost has done one thing and one thing wrong. And that's attack us. They struck us down with a surprise attack, took over the capital city because Gustadolf saw an opportunity, because there's salt in the mines. And he was like, with this, I can take control of the entire continent. So it starts here. So yes, he lusts for power. And I have no doubt that the supposed meritocracy has severe flaws, as anyone who claims meritocracy is going to be flawed. However, Aesfrost, though, you know, some of the other royal family didn't necessarily, or ruling family, I suppose, they didn't treat her especially well, but given the choice between the two of them, we have the nation where a Rosellan was literally part of the royal lineage versus the nation where Rosellans bear a life of brutal servitude in salt mines where they're executed if they trip and fall and stay down for too long. So there's no real comparison. And the fact that we've aligned ourselves here and this is our enemy is complicated. All right, I think I'm gonna watch these cutscenes, and once we get to either an investigation or a battle, I'm probably gonna call it. I know it's been short, but
ceremony. Certainly, there are more
I need to
important
rest.
matters to focus on right now.
I sat down to stream, and it was like immediate fatigue.
A coronation is important to assuage the people's fears and restore their faith. Besides which, it is the royalists' most fervent wish. A kingdom is only truly as strong as people believe it to be, and right now the world believes Glenbrook weak. The ceremony will be a display to the contrary.
Is this truly the remedy our situation calls for?
No.
Right now, I imagine the people care only for where their next hot meal will come from.
Accurate.
Rest assured, sire, House Wolffort will see your subjects shan't go hungry. But trust me when I say nothing will hasten Glenbrook's return to her former glory so much as announcing the return of Regna's rightful heir. To win your subjects' hearts, you need do nothing but ascend to your position upon the throne.
You mean sit my royal backside on a fancy chair?
That's what he means, yes.
Speaking, a king's duty is first and foremost serving as his kingdom's symbol.
Wow!
You needn't trouble yourself with day-to-day governance. We will assume that burden.
I will hydrate, thank you. that is the, like, tell me you want the king to just be a figurehead puppet without telling me you actually did just tell me you want the king to be a figurehead puppet. You did actually just say that, directly, specifically.
After all, you have only just been crowned.
Oh, no!
There will be no ceremony. The people will tell us what they need, and you will listen to them, Patriot. That is my command.
Hewitt was ready to throw hands.
How fare things, Hewitt? Have the relief supplies been given to those who need it?
Well, we had received a sizable shipment of goods from Hyzant, but there are complaints.
Uh-huh.
It seems very few of those goods have made it into the hands of the people.
Of course.
Why is that?
It's because of Patriot.
Though apparently Patriot and the Royalists involve themselves with the distribution.
Damn those Royalists. They cannot be left to their own devices.
You know, I feel like what... the power structure that would have kept the Royalists in line previously is the three high houses, two of which no longer exist. So, like, that whole delta of power is long gone now. So who even rules over those lands? Like, how do we even reestablish rule in this area? House Falks was decimated. House Tellior basically just went turncoat, and then we decimated them. We're still all right. But, like, there's a whole lot of land out here that's not really being looked after by anybody? So how do we reconcile that exactly? Like, do we reestablish noble houses to look over those areas? Do we just appoint people? How does that work?
There are more who accepted Esfrost's rule than I imagined.
Glenbrook's history is long. Yet, that is why hierarchy and precedent hold sway. This is a stubborn land, my lady, not given to easy change. Though Archduke Gustadolf, acting in the name of freedom, granted privilege after privilege to the powerful. For people used to Glenbrook's rigid customs, I suppose that sort of change must have been too seductive to resist.
Perhaps, but his freedom was naught but greed and cruelty.
Yeah.
Lady Frederica, I've been searching everywhere for you.
A Wolffort messenger. Did you run all this way? What's happened?
My lady, I hail from Castle Wolffort, bearing tidings of Lord Simon.
Oh!
Has he awakened?
Oh!
He has.
Oh!
He is in high spirits and recovering well.
Hey!
And he is most pleased to hear of the capital's recapture. He bids you visit Castle Wolffort so he can honor you himself.
Oh, I must bring these glad tidings to Serenoa at once. How long it has been since I've seen him smile.
There is one more bit of news I have for you, my lady, but it is not so happy.
Is there some sort of trouble in the Wolffort domain?
Bandits are laying waste to the Rosellan village. To our shame, Castle Wolffort does not have enough soldiers to stop this. We would beg Lord Serenoa's wisdom in this matter.
The enemy must be powerful indeed. We cannot leave the Rosellan village defenseless.
Let us inform the others. Messenger, with us.
Well, well. Things are about to get interesting.
Because they were not previously interesting? I don't know about you, I've been interested pretty much this entire time. Just leave the Rosellans alone! You know what? Next time.